the guys who are available, there's not a ton of guys available, really. Jameis, who apparently John Keim said is not coming to the Redskins.
Because if Jameis comes in, he's better than Haskins.
Right. He would be your starter. Right.
He would beat him.
We mentioned Joe Flacco. I think that would be a good fit. Taysom Hill is a restricted free agent from the Saints.
He wants to start.
He
wants to start. Yeah, he wants to start.
By the way, Jameis, if he signed whoever he signs was probably going to sign a similar deal to Teddy Bridgewater, I would think.
What did Teddy get?
He got 3 years, $60 million. I would think that whoever brings him in is probably going to give him, he put up, I know he threw 33 picks, but he also threw for a ton of yards and 30 touchdowns.
Other guys I see,
that's the type of contract he's looking at.
Other guys I see available, Mike Glennon, who is now 30 years old, has started to kind of bounce around in his career at this point. Geno Smith, Blaine Gabbert, Nathan Peterman is a restricted free agent.
Nope. The best option?
The best one's Flacco.
Is Flacco so far.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those other guys are just, I would rather would have had the donk that we just had. The Case. I rather would have had Case.
Or Colt McCoy, who just signed.
Where did Colt sign?
Giants.
Yeah, nice. Good for him. He's a good dude. Good dude. But he another backup situation. Man, he's going to carve out a nice little living. He's going to make $30 million.
Did Matt Moore sign yet?
The list which I'm looking at, which might be a couple days old, has him available.
I thought he had retired and then he came back. Is he still trying to play?
I think he is, yeah.
Because Matt Moore would be a great backup. He can play.
There's so much happening. I thought I saw that there was a team interested in him. Maybe it was the Giants to back up Jones, but there's just so much happening. My head's spinning. But the one that does jump out at you is Flacco.
Right.
As a backup.
I think it's the perfect fit. In my opinion, you don't want to have like a Robert Kirk situation where your backup has to run a totally different system. You know what I mean? You want to have, and I assume Flacco could do a lot of the same things that Dwayne could do.
Do you have a problem with him saying it's not his job to groom a young quarterback?
Yeah, he did say that.
Because he said that when he went to Denver and they drafted Locke.
Yeah.
And he's kind of hesitant to work with Dwayne.
Yeah,
he's there to compete and he wants to start. Do you have a problem with that?
That might have changed at this point, but
Flacco might know in his heart now that he's just a backup.
Right. At this point, he has to say the right things. At least say the right thing.
What about Blake Bortles? He's available.
Yeah, I'd bring him in. If
he
knows he's a backup.
If he's willing to be a backup, yeah, sure. Because Blake could come in there and win games for you. There's no doubt about it. He can have bad games too, but he can definitely win games for you. Proven it.
There's just not a lot out there. You're right.
It's the hardest job other than curing COVID-19, it's the hardest job in the world. It's to play starting quarterback at an elite level. That's, we've said it for years. Like 12 guys can do
Mike Glennon, if you're not going to go Flacco.
I like Glennon.
Glennon's 5 or 6 years younger.
Is he out there?
Glennon. I think Glennon's
I mentioned him before.
You did. Yeah.
He was with Oakland last year, and apparently they thought, he thought they were going to re-sign him, but then they made that move for Mariota. So he's expendable. So maybe Glennon's a guy who could be in play.
I like Glennon. I think he's a great backup.
What we really don't know is what Ron Rivera is thinking on the Cam Newton situation. So I think the conventional wisdom is that Cam Newton may be, like Todd Gurley, may ultimately just be released, that nobody's going to trade for him.
Right.
So if he's released, then all of a sudden, if Ron Rivera really wants him, he might go out and get him.
Right. Well, if he does.
And by the way, they also could draft Tua. So maybe they have Jameis there. He's one guy in their quarterback room, and then they end up drafting Tua, and there's your two.
Jameis or Cam?
Oh, I think Jameis is out of the equation. I'm just saying there's a possibility, that they would either go the Cam route or the Tua route.
Right. Instead of going Flacco back up or Glennon back up.
If they go with Flacco or Glennon, to me, that's a sign they aren't going the other way.
Look, we just don't know what Rivera and Turner think about Haskins. If we did and they were gung-ho and all in, then you're looking at Flacco or Glennon or someone like that, that ilk. Yeah. But if they really aren't sold on him, then Cam would be in play, I would think. I just think it's a risky move.
No doubt about it. All right, coming up next.
It's risky.